because we just have an hour and I have a lot of things that I kind of want to show you. This is the kickoff, the early kickoff, so to speak, to the Visibility Transformation Challenge that we're going to do together through all of 2025. And we're actually going to start building stuff right away. So people who didn't jump on this intro call are going to have to catch up. So thank you for joining early. And I'm super excited about the journey that we're about to go on. So let me share my screen and we'll just walk through a few things that I've prepared for this. So, several things prompted me to decide to offer this challenge. So we spent all of 2024 and several of you participated. We did 2 marketing meetups per month and 1 AI training every month. So you had an opportunity to get on training with me 3 times a month for all 12 months of 2024. And we didn't have an outcome. It wasn't agenda driven. It was wonderful and powerful. We did all kinds of things together throughout the year, but I thought, I've committed the time already on my calendar to do this, and let's do something that is focused and builds through the year rather than independent random topics. So that's what we're going to do in 2025. So there is an actual intent and a curriculum, so to speak, that we're going to do on each of these meetups. So then by the end of the year, you have tangible outcomes and assets for your business that will build your visibility dramatically, really. If you play, full in and participate in all the things we do all the exercises, you are going to have so much stuff for your business that it's going to be unbelievable. And I came across this quote, and excuse me while I jump over. Some people are still entering the room, so I'm going to have to let them in as we go. So really, let me just do that really quick. I came across this quote and I thought, this really does say it all. So the best known beats the best. And as bad as that sounds, there's some really crappy providers out there that are really well known. And we've all done business with companies like this because they were very well known, and then we're disappointed in the service. The best known beats the best. And so what we want to do with this challenge is fix that. You guys are best in class in your industries, and we want to make sure that you are also the best known. And so I just want to honor you for a minute and number one, thank you for trusting me and coming on this journey with me. And I hope to serve you extraordinarily well and give you amazing things that you can do and implement in your business on your own or with help or with your teams. You're welcome to bring your teams to these calls if you want to. But you have taken a big step, and to commit to a challenge for an entire year, I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's not a lot. It's really 24 sessions. It's 2 times per month. And just to make note on your calendars, we will be meeting on the first Wednesday of every month at noon Central and the second Friday of every month at noon Central. And we will be recording all of these so that if you are traveling or can't make it for some reason, you can always come back and access the recording. The recordings will be shared in the Facebook group, and I will also share them in the Google Drive. So you can access those at your convenience, and you can replay them. If you attended the session and wanted to revisit something that we do together, you can access those at any time. And the bottom line when it comes to visibility, is that people really do business with people they know, like, and trust. All things being equal, you've got business A, business B, and business C. Most people will pay more, invest more, and do more with the business out of the 3 choices that has the owner or the leader or the team that they know, like, and trust the most. And so that's why visibility is more than just advertising. It's more than just advertising your business. It's actually about putting yourself out there as the leader of your business personally. So we're going to be looking at personal visibility and business and brand visibility. And where a lot of people fall short is on the personal visibility because it's a little more challenging. And a lot of us don't like to put ourselves out there. So we're going to talk about ways to do that in a professional way that actually builds the brand of your business visually. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sandy Waggett. I own MSW Interactive Designs, and we are celebrating our 26th year in business this year. I'm a Maxwell certified leadership coach, certified high performance coach, and author of 2 books. And, one of my passions is teaching people how to do things. So I am a former educator, master's in education. So I love doing this stuff, and I hope to serve you well. And I'm going to let you know that this is completely interactive. So as we go, feel free to jump in, ask questions. I may or may not, if you put it in the chat, because I'm focused on what I'm talking about, what I'm showing you, I may not see it. So bring it to my attention that you have a question so that we stop and we can address it. So I just wanted to share, when you guys all signed up, I had some ratings, some questions, and asked you what you wanted to get out of it or why you signed up. And these are some of the things that you all shared. So targeting your ideal client better, looking to improve, finding marketing that's cost effective, thriving impactful business, how to grow a list for something like a private medical practice office. Other than weekly stay in touch emails, what else? I want to learn what to do. I want great marketing ideas. I want accountability for consistency. I want to gain knowledge. Getting my team to make me an authority in my field. I need to learn more about marketing my business, gaining better marketing skills, more consistent and targeted marketing, and coming up with a game plan, checklists, and templates. Yes, please. That was Katie, who just registered today. Thanks for sharing that, Katie. And then I also wanted to share some of the answers that you gave when you signed up so that you know you're not alone in some of the challenges that you're facing. So this one actually surprised me a little bit. So if you recall, when you signed up, I put statements out there and asked you to rate yourself from 1 to 5. And so the responses to, I love putting myself out there. Most of you actually strongly agreed, which is amazing. I love that because that's what the visibility challenge is going to be all about. And then there's we had 3 who disagreed and we had 2 who strongly disagreed. So for those 5, it might be a little more challenging, but we're going to get you through that, I promise. So the next one, responses to, I leverage AI well in my business for maximum efficiency. And most people disagreed and strongly disagreed. And we are going to have a strong focus on how to leverage AI to really improve your efficiency around your messaging and all the things that you're doing on the visibility side of the equation. And then the responses to, I have a list, it's growing, and I use it weekly to stay in touch with my clients and prospects. We had a few who agreed, but most of you disagreed or strongly disagreed. And the thing about having a list is it is an asset in your business. So you want to constantly be growing that list. And not only growing the list, but also communicating on an ongoing basis with the list. So, I can tell you, we have had so many horror stories over the years in my business with people who have grown their Facebook followings, things like that. But then all of a sudden, Facebook thinks they violated terms. They take the Facebook page away. And now all of a sudden, all of those people that they worked so hard to build are gone and inaccessible because they didn't actually grow a list where they owned the data, the name and the email address and the cell phone number. So growing a list of your customers and your prospects is really, really important and is going to be a big focus of what we're going to do in 2025. This one, my brand is well known and consistent across all social platforms. So we had some agreement, but mostly disagree and strongly disagree. So that is definitely something that we are going to focus on and help you fix. Next, my website ranks on page 1 in Google for my most profitable offering. And again, mostly disagree and strongly disagree. And this is going to be a big focus as well. So, we've got 12 months together, 2 meetings per month, and I've got it sectioned out. So we're going to address all of these things through the year. And we're going to start in order of priority of things that we can have impact on. We're going to start talking rankings early because it takes time to improve your rankings. So what we're going to do is do some foundational stuff in early January on what it takes to rank well in Google. And then you're going to build on that through the year, and you should steadily start to see those rankings improve as you take action on some of the things we talk about. Next one is I know who my ideal client is and I market only to them. So mostly disagree, strongly agree, but we had 7 people agree. So that's wonderful. We are going to do some work around defining your ideal client avatar. And then my current marketing is amazing. Mostly disagree and strongly disagree, with only 2 agreeing and nobody strongly agreeing. So we're going to make some major strides there. The thing about this is this is me kind of leading and teaching. This is like a guided DIY. So the success that you have with your participation in the challenge is really up to you. So all the stuff we're going to do doesn't happen by accident. It happens through intention, and it happens through consistent effort, focusing, showing up, and doing some things that I might ask you to do, even if it's slightly uncomfortable. As an example, I am going to ask you to create a YouTube channel, and I am going to ask you to put yourself on video. Not immediately, but I just want to prep you for that. We're going to do that because it's important. YouTube is the second largest search engine, second only to Google, and YouTube has a very high intent search engine. So people go to YouTube to solve problems, to figure out how to do things, to preview things, to learn what to do. So it's a great, when people find you on YouTube, they tend to convert. I can be totally transparent and tell you that while we had a YouTube channel prior to 2024, I was not intentional about YouTube until the beginning of 2024. And I made that one of my main focuses for 2024. And it has made such a big difference. It's crazy. So the proof is in the pudding. Getting the YouTube channel going is going to be super important. So I'm going to let you sit with that, because I know a lot of you are probably feeling a little uncomfortable with that whole idea, but there's so many ways you can do YouTube. You don't have to put your face out there on the YouTube channel. And I'll talk to you about how to do that stuff. So I will push you and I will stretch you, and that's where the transformation happens. So, just like anything else, the more you personally put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So what will 2025 look like if you commit to the challenge fully? So we are going to give you a roadmap, tools, and strategies to make your business the first thing people think of in your market. And ultimately the goal of that, because we all want to make more money. So just say the word money, because we don't want to be afraid of that. That's the whole point of doing this. We get more leads, more clients, and stronger reputation, all while building assets that will serve your business for many years to come. While we're building assets, I want you to keep in mind that income follows assets. So we're going to be super intentional about the things that we're building. And I'm going to ask you to work really hard to keep them organized and centralized as we build them, like all in a place that's accessible to you and to your team. That way, we tend to, or if you're anything like me, we get busy, distracted as business owners, and there's stuff everywhere. But we really want to build a focused asset for your business around your visibility and your marketing. So think of a way that you can keep all the stuff in one place. And I am going to ask you to also use a dedicated journal or notebook so that you can build on all the stuff and have all of the things that we do in one place. You're going to have a more powerful online and offline presence, systems that attract and retain clients, increase confidence in getting on video and having more clarity in your marketing, and then the mindset shift, which is the most important thing, because we don't really act on things that our subconscious mind doesn't like. So we want to kind of come out of that mindset and start getting into a place mentally where we can take action where we normally wouldn't. So some basics for the challenge, some things that you're going to need going into the challenge. smartphone or computer with a camera. It's a visibility challenge. So I'm going to ask you to show up on camera whenever you can. Obviously, stable internet connection. A simple setup for recordings. So a room with light. Then, wherever you are today, don't worry about that. But I want you to think about now how you're going to show up in the future. Little changes. So you want to be in a room that's well lit. You can get, lights on Amazon pretty cheap for, video, being on video on camera, quiet space, no distractions, and a place where you can focus while you're here. I'm going to need you to make sure by January you have social media accounts set up on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Whether or not you think any of these apply or don't apply to you, I really want you to consider setting it up anyway and kind of trusting the process. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You need to have a chatgpt.com account. So the free one is fine. If you want to start with that, if you don't already have it, please make sure you have one set up before January. The paid one is better, and you'll see why. But for now, if you don't have one, just go ahead and get the free one. A Google Analytics account that you can access. So, and I will put these URLs in the Facebook group too, so you can get to this stuff easily. You'll need a Canva account, and there's a free version, and that's fine for now. But what we're going to do, we're going to utilize Canva to show you how to create brand boards and things for your business in a really simple way. And you can keep them all in one place and reuse. So it really builds efficiency in what you're producing for your business. Access to your website. So whoever your web person is, your webmaster, or if you do your own website, make sure that you have access to it, because we're going to put some tracking codes into your website. And then any other marketing tools and pieces that you have in place for your business already, make sure that you have that handy and ready to go. A journal, and then make sure you join the Facebook group. Is there anybody on right now that has had any challenge getting on the Facebook group? I think I had it set so I don't have to approve right now, so that it makes it easy for you just to get in. Okay. And then, of course, openness, willingness to try new strategies. And I'm going to give you some assignments, because, again, the work here is DIY, do it yourself. So you're going to need a couple hours a week to do some of the stuff that we're going to, ask you to do. But again, it's an investment. It's building an asset in your business. So as we start to build stuff, we'll come back on our second call of the month and we'll talk about it. So we'll answer questions in real time, give each other feedback, and really get to know each other's businesses. And I do want to remind you that everyone on this call right now is a potential client or referral partner for your business. So being here and being visible and active on the call is important. And I'm going to go through and have everybody introduce themselves in just a second. But I just want to remind you, like, you're being visible right now to a group of people, most of whom you probably don't know. And that's a good thing. And again, this is just a reminder that everything that we're doing is building assets up for your business. I want to recommend a book to you. It's called 24 Assets by Daniel Priestley. 24 Assets by Daniel Priestley. The audiobook is great if you're an audiobook person, but the physical book is even better. Do them combined if you can. But, he outlines a list of actually 24 physical assets that you build, every business owner should have, and have the power to leverage to move all kinds of things in their business, from the bottom line, profit, to marketing, to relationships, to referrals, and increase the value of your company. So highly recommend that book. And some of the things that relate to visibility that are in his list, we are going to build during the challenge this year. Okay, so what I want to do before we walk through some of the stuff that is available to you right now, I am going to stop sharing my screen for a minute, and I am just going to have everyone go around and introduce themselves. So let me change my view to gallery, and then I am just going to call on, I'm going to start in my lower right and then move across the screen. So Katie, you're in my lower right. You want to go first?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Carr. I've lived at the Lake of the Ozarks for about 28 years. My husband was in radio here at the lake for uh, 30 years, and now he and I started a side business. I also do home loans at Flat Branch as my day job. We started a side business called the Veteran Discount Guide publication. We're getting ready to publish our second annual book here in the next 45 days. So it's our first time really being self-employed entrepreneurs, starting a new thing. So I am open to everything I can possibly learn. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Katie.
Mhm.
Tim, you're up.
Tim, you're
I
muted.
think you're on mute. You're still on mute, Tim. That's
I'm sorry.
okay. Why don't you start again? Thanks.
There we go. Hey, sorry. My name's Tim Scott, and I've been here at the lake for 7 years. And we've been coming down here from Iowa, where I have my farm operation since about 2009. So we've always enjoyed this lake. It's a great area. We moved here permanently, what was it, 2017? And I have a company that I started since I retired from corporate America. I was in manufacturing for 35 years, but I started Lake Guard Home Watch Services to basically provide people who have vacation home properties or homes, condos, villas, whatever, sense of security. We go in and check their places out and make sure they're everything's okay and not having any water damage or whatever. And so for me, I'm always looking to get better. I've been, doing some things and have worked a little bit with Sandy and actually do have a YouTube channel, but I would say it's probably pretty elementary right now. And so I look forward to, upping my game in all aspects.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So Patricia was next to you, but she just went off camera. There you are. Can you unmute?
There you go. Okay. I can't see anything. Amani's running this show right here. Okay. Hi, I'm Patricia
I've got two of
Johnson.
you in the same room, right? So
I
Monty's
know.
here too.
Yeah, she right next to me. We kind of pulled up closer to the camera.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
So I am Patricia Johnson, Coach P. Everybody knows me as that. I am Envision Your Life Coaching and Academy. So my thing is, the John Maxwell thing. But what I found was that with working with the coaching partnership, I really wanted to more impact the community. So now I'm working more with substance use and mental health as that being my guide to get my foot more into the coaches working one-on-one more than collaborating with organizations. So just kind of rebuilding my community back up, right? Through the family dynamic, first and foremost, trying to pull the families and rebuilding that community aspect back up. So now I just started this new venture of mine because I worked in several organizations and I'm ready to let myself loose, let my hair down, let my book out of me and do the things that I need to do to help the people in my community. Rebuild families, rebuilding communities is my thing. Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Amani, you want to jump in?
Sure. Hello. Hi. Um,
Good to see
I'm
you.
good to see you. I'm Imani Robinson. I am the CEO of Love and Action on the nonprofit side. And I just recently, Love and Action nonprofit just recently purchased Love and Action Health and Wellness. And so I am here trying to give our community access to things that we normally wouldn't have access to. And so I want to learn how to be more confident on the screen, know how to build my website the way that it needs to be built so that I am running the way that I need to run. I want to make sure that I'm accessible to people. And I want to make sure that I'm able to empower my community to really be love and action by myself being love and action. That means that I have to be more visible in order to do that. So
Yeah.
very grateful to be here.
Great. Thank you. Jeremy.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, long time no see.
Familiar faces. I'm Jeremy Bono. I live in O'Fallon, Missouri, but I did live down at the Lake of the Ozarks for a couple of years. Met a couple of you there. Sandy, that's where we met. And Katie, I see you on here too. Good to see you again. And for the last year plus, I've been on a journey trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. And while that's starting to come to shape, in the form of some consulting that I'm doing and setting up a consulting business. I'm also full-timing at a new company as well on some marketing services. And so I'm a firm believer in that you can never stop learning. And this is an opportunity to learn from folks I've never met before with a whole set of different experiences that my goal is that I can take from you all and you all can take from me and we'll just be cliche in here, but better together here. So that's my goal and that's why I'm here. And I appreciate Sandy for stepping out, stepping up and pulling us all together.
Thanks, Jeremy. Sherry or Cherise. I say Sherry.
Hi, my name is Sheree Javelina, and I've been in St. Louis for about a year now. And currently, I have a private practice I've been building for the last 2 years with Mindful Therapy Group out of work, and I partner with them for mental health counseling, clinician work. I'm also getting ready to launch in January what's called Sacred Circles Wellness. And it's a business that I hope to pull other practitioners into offering a different array of alternative healing practices as well as mainstream.
Okay, wonderful. If you would make a note and remind me you need to meet Tim Hobbs. So Tim Hobbs is part of the Tom Hill Eagle Network. He hasn't made it to the last 2 Eagle Summits, but he is in that space and might be good leverage for you.
Thank you.
Liz.
Hi, how are you all?
Good. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, I even made it on a Friday. My name is Liz Mitchko, and I have Whirlwind Ranch down in Lebanon. We raised alpacas for 28 years, and I have a shop. And right now it's hopping, so I got to sneak away while customers were shopping that time of year. But I'm also the general manager of Lebanon I-44 Speedway here. So I'm kind of doing multi hats on my head today. I'm going to admit I have a fear of AI because I've had 2 bad experiences where my identity was stolen by AI. And so I'm very, very leery of it and all that it entails. So I'm trying to get over that fear. But when I built our business on a personal touch, it kind of goes against my core, so I'm trying to figure out how to work in both worlds here.
Yeah. Understand. Clarabelle, I can't see you. We just have a blue screen where you are, so I'm not sure if you're there, but I saw you just came off mute, but we can't hear you if you're talking. Okay, well, while we're figuring that out, let me go to Karen.
Hello, my name is Karen Horseman, and I am on Sandy's team. I've been with MSW for 8 years now, and I'm the Director of Creative Services for MSW. And I'm here with my 1-year-old son having a little lunch break, so that's why we were camera off for a bit, and then Sandy called us out on that, so we came on.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Sherilyn.
Hey there, I'm Sherilyn. I've been at the Lake of the Ozarks for 30 years from St. Louis, and I've been with Sandy and MSW for 3 years now, learning a little bit of everything from the technical side of it to the learning side of it, and just taking it all in.
Yeah, and Sherilyn is our business manager. So yeah, and thank you too for showing up. I hope to get the team involved on these in January. They're under a little bit of a crunch right now because we gave them the week of Christmas off, so they're working to make sure that all the client needs are met before we go into the holiday. So, all right, I am going to go back and share my screen again. And I want to walk through a few things that are available to you, and then we're going to do an exercise. So the Google Drive and also in the Facebook group, there is an asset checklist. And I recommend that you print this out. So this is really kind of an outline of everything that we are going to talk about and do in 2025. And it seems like a lot because it is a lot. So just fasten your seatbelts because there is a lot to do, but I'm going to guide you through all of the things. So this vision statement worksheet I'm going to show you that is already ready for this week. And I'm going to have you actually do that on your own because I want you to spend some time thinking about it. So we are going to do several things in the mindset and planning arena. We are going to start in January around defining the ideal client persona, because once we have the right mindset about what we're doing, we need to know exactly who we want to talk to so that we can, I'm going to say, fine tune and hone the message to that person. It's kind of like hearing your name, right? So when you're in a room, crowded people, and someone comes in and says, well, all the ladies turn around. You said the ladies hear it because the message was directed at the ladies. If they come in and they say, well, all the ladies over 50 raise their hand, the ladies over 50 hone into the message and take action. Someone comes in and says, I'm looking for Sandy Waggett, who's the lady over 50. Like that is the fine-tuned message. You hear your name and you turn. So we want to get our ideal avatar, our ideal customer persona, like that finely tuned so that we can speak to them. It doesn't mean that we're ignoring the rest of the people. But what it does mean is that we are honing our marketing message into that ideal person. And by honing it in, you actually get better conversions because people see that you're actually talking specifically to them. So it's a really important exercise, and it's an exercise to do early in the process. And then we're going to do a lot of work around brand and messaging, of course. So this is just a checklist to kind of give you an idea of where we're going to go. We're going to do work around your digital presence, your calls to action, all of that stuff. We're going to talk about the data that you're going to collect. Data is going to be the thing in the coming years. And if you do go get Daniel Priestley's book, 24 Assets, he talks about data being a big thing because the more data you own, the bigger leverage you have with that asset. And so when we talk about a detailed customer list, like contact details, demographics, and engagement history, a lot of people, when they talk about their client list, they just have names, the address, the phone number, and the email. But what if you mined your client list and actually got more data, business anniversary dates, actual birthday dates, spouse's name, their interests, like their hobbies and things that they do. You have so much power with that data to enhance and grow that relationship. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to go deeper on. Platform specific assets. So we're going to build things. That's why I want you to go ahead and set up a Canva account. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then LinkedIn, we're going to do some detailed work in LinkedIn. I don't know, weird page break in there. We're going to look at Meta in detail. So Facebook and Instagram. We're going to look at relationship building tactics with your lists and with your connections. And we're going to look at thought leadership and developing assets that position you as the expert in your field. And we're going to look at audience building, which is a big deal. We want to grow your list and grow your audience because that's where visibility really comes into play. You can leverage your reach with a bigger audience. We're going to talk about in-person networking and visibility because it's not just all digital. And then we're going to talk about visibility metrics and what we need to be looking at and monitoring along the way. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, but this should be a good guide for you to get a feel for where we're going to go over the course of the year. It's a lot, but it's all doable. The next thing I want to share with you is not that yet. Okay, this one right here, the social media mindset quiz. This is in the Facebook group, and this is also in the Google Drive. So what I want to have you do, we're just going to walk through this one together because it'll only take us about 5 minutes, but it is an important mindset shift as the outcome. So the very first thing, I just want you to answer these questions to yourself, maybe take a note on a piece of paper. How are you spending most of your time on social media right now? A, scrolling through posts, like content, watching videos without engaging. So just scroll, scroll, scroll. B, posting occasionally, but not really with a clear purpose or strategy. Or C, are you creating content, commenting, and actively engaging with others? Which best describes you? Just pick one. The second one, how often do you comment on or share other people's posts? So choose one. Rarely, so you're just watching and scrolling, but not interacting much. 2, sometimes, but only if it really grabs your attention. Or C, regularly, you make it a point to meaningfully engage with other people's stuff. Which one best describes you? A, B, or C? 3, do you have a strategy for how you show up on social media? So which one best describes you? A, no, I just post whatever I feel like it or when I have time. B, sort of, I have ideas, but I'm not consistent or confident. Or C, yes, I have a plan for content and engagement that supports my business goals. And number 4, so just 2 more. Number 4, how do you feel about creating content or engaging online? So A, it feels overwhelming. I worry I don't have anything valuable to share. B, I'm nervous about putting myself out there, but know I should. Or C, I feel confident and see social media as a tool to build relationships and grow my business. Which one best describes you? A, B, or C? And then the 5th one, what platforms are you using consistently right now? So A, none. I mostly just watch and follow others. B, 1 or 2, but I'm not fully active on them. Or C, I'm showing up where my audience is and making meaningful connections consistently. So you can tally your A's, B's, and C's. So if you're mostly A's, you are in a consumer mode, which most people on social media are consumers of social media. So that means you're just spending most of your time watching rather than leveraging. And we're going to flip that. If you're mostly B's, you're a passive participant. So you dabble, but not fully committed, but you're a step higher than the 100% consumer. And then C, you're an active creator. So I'm gonna expand my window here so I can see all of you. How many of you are active creators? Just raise your hand really quick. Tim, awesome. Good. So we're going to shift the role. Active creator, Amani and Patricia, how'd you guys come out on that? Active creators or consumers? Or
C. I'm C.
okay,
Both of us are
awesome.
C.
Good. All right.
I think it's
So
down
here's the challenge that I have for you. You know, I'm just going to make it super simple because we're coming into Christmas. I want to have you guys commit to actually going in every day and commenting on at least one post in a positive way. So we're just going to change the behavior a little bit. So we're not posting. I'm not telling you not to post. So post whatever you regularly post. So add this in, go to someone else's posts and make an observation in a positive way. So you can say, it's a great perspective. Never thought of it this way. Thanks for sharing. I love this. Or congratulations. So well deserved. So you want to get in the habit every day that you're on social media of not only doing whatever it is you already do, whether it's scrolling or putting your own content out, but actively commenting on someone else's stuff. That is an instant way to increase your visibility. And commenting on someone's stuff that you don't know is even better. So great strategy is if you go on LinkedIn or even on Facebook or Instagram, but on LinkedIn, if you're in the B2B space, going on LinkedIn and the people that you're connected with, you see their posts, go engage and comment on their posts. Because then what happens is they're like, well, who's that? Because people are very much into vanity metrics and pay attention to what other people are doing with their stuff. So they see who likes it, they see who comments, they go read the comment. And if they don't know you, they're going to go check you out. They're going to go look at your profile. I guarantee if you start making a habit of doing this and doing it on LinkedIn consistently, you're going to, if you go, help me, Jeremy, I can't remember. Is it only the paid version of LinkedIn where you can see who people who have viewed your profile, or can you see that on the paid plan? Or Karen and Cheryl too. Anybody who knows the answer to that, let me know.
Yeah, the paid one you can see everybody. The
Uh-huh.
unpaid you can see like 3 or 4, the most
3 or
recent.
4. Okay. Well, I guarantee you're probably going to upgrade to the paid plan because if you start doing this, you are going to see the engagement with your profile skyrocket because people go check you out. That's how they get to know you in a very passive but easy way. And if you're commenting in a positive way, they will comment back and you can actually engage that relationship. How many people actually do that already with intentionality and consistently? Yeah. I mean, if that's the one takeaway from spending your time with me today, go do that. Absolutely go do that. You will see a huge increase in your profile views and with people wanting to connect with you as a result. All right. I am going to use our last 15 minutes sharing this presentation with you on clarifying your message. So we're going to ultimately build a one-liner. So I'm going to give you some ideas to take away and then have you go do this for your own business and come back in January and share it with me. In the meantime, while you're working on it, feel free to send me an email or a Facebook message or something with what you've come up with, looking for feedback and ideas. Feel free to do that. Let's see here. Am I still sharing my screen? Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I'm just going to jump over to this. And we'll go through this really quick. And then I've got the asset or the document to do this yourself in the Facebook group and in the Google Drive. But I'm going to walk through this with you so that you understand how to build your one-liner. All right, this is a workshop that I do quite often, actually. So a one-liner is a simple and powerful way to articulate clearly the problem you solve, how you solve it, and what life looks like for the customer by the time they're done working with you. So if you think about going into a room full of people and the natural question is, what do you do? So I could say, well, I own a web design company. We also do social media, e-newsletters, directory management, um, text messaging, smart visitor ID, smart Wi-Fi, and a lot of other stuff. So by the time I've said all of that, the person who I just met has probably tuned out and made some assumptions, and probably not the best assumptions. So what we want to do is really clarify our message so that it resonates right out of the gate when you first talk with someone. And then when you first create that clarity, it's hard to hone it down. I think you'll find it's challenging because we all do a lot of things. But ultimately what we do is we solve a problem for somebody. So what is that problem? Because people don't buy our products or services. They come and buy because they have a problem that they want solved. So what is the problem that you solve? That's what you want to focus on, and you really want to hone in on as we start this journey, because you're going to become more and more visible, and you're going to be communicating this message to more and more people the more visible you get. So clarity of message is foundational to everything that we're going to do. So here's the steps. So you state what you do in terms of the problem you solve for another human, how you solve it, and then what life looks like for the customer once you've successfully done it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a business one-liner. So the 3 parts. Step 1, you state the problem. So what you want people to do when you first start talking about what you do is recognize themselves in what you're saying. So going back to the web design thing, you know how most people struggle with getting found online or getting found in Google or ranking well in search engines? Yeah. So the other person that I'm talking to says, yeah, I do know. Now they're engaged and they're listening. And then part 2 is you state your solution to the problem. So you explain how you help people do that, and you kind of make it feel like a new idea. And this is where you can mention your product or service, and then you state the reward. So that's part 3. So the before is, hey, Sandy, what do you do? I own a web design company. We also do social media, e-newsletters, directory management, SMS, blah, 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 blah. Instead, once we turn it and put this model behind it, it's like, hey, Sandy, what do you do? Well, you know how a lot of people struggle, or business owners struggle to get found on Google? Yeah. Well, we keep businesses top of search and top of mind with websites that actually rank well, and then we help them grow with a phenomenal social media presence. So much more clear, because what we do ultimately is we help businesses get found, right? We help them get found. And when clients work with us, they dramatically increase their visibility, and they tend to dominate their competition online. Completely different. And I'm just going to show you a few other examples from different industries. So this exercise comes from Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. So if he runs into somebody at a party, and this is actually his specific example, and he's like, what do you do? I own a company that does pre-made dinner home delivery service. Oh, okay. And then you just walk away because, okay, they haven't presented a problem that I might have. So the interest in transacting or conversing more about that isn't there as naturally. So instead, what if we did something like this? So what do you do? Well, you know how parents are so busy with their kids' activities, they end up having takeout or eating processed stuff from the freezer for dinner? Yeah, it's a problem. Well, we deliver pre-made wholesome frozen dinners at an affordable weekly price, not just a box of ingredients with the recipe. Oh, well, that's interesting. See how it's different? It just frames it differently. And then the reward with dinner handled, parents then can stop stressing about it, relax, and enjoy time with their family. So it's a whole different level of clarity that's going on when you frame what you do this way. So here's another one, local pet food store. So how are you competing with the grocery stores, the Petcos, the big, where you can buy food anywhere, right? So if you meet someone at a party and they're like, oh, I own a local pet food store. Okay, nice to meet you. Instead, how about this? Well, you know how pet owners are really concerned with what their pets are really eating? So what they've done here is they've agitated a problem. I have a dog, and I'm like, well, I didn't know I was concerned, but now that you mention it, what are they eating? So it opens kind of a story loop. Well, my business sources our food only from trusted local vendors, unlike the big box stores, so that you can have peace of mind and ensure your pet stays happy and healthy. So again, it sets it up very differently for conversation and interest when you open with that. So used car lot. Hey, John, what do you do? I'm a used car dealer. First of all, you just want to walk away, right? No insult to used car dealers, but there's people don't tend to like to talk to them. So instead, it's like, hey, John, what do you do? Well, you know how people don't like to haggle with used car dealers? Just put it out there. So at my dealership, what we've done is we removed the salesperson from our car lot completely so that you can choose and test drive a car hassle-free and without pressure. So you have a happy and peaceful experience getting exactly the car that you want. So the way that's framed makes it totally different, makes you want to go and actually look at cars there so that you're not hassled by a dealer. So here's an actual client of ours that we did this exercise for, and it's a business consultant with a valuation service. So he's essentially a business coach that does all kinds of things. So it's like, hey, Steve, what do you do? Well, you know how most small business owners tend to, make the mistake of basing critical decisions on their checkbook balance or their bank account balance instead of the numbers that actually matter? Yeah, I see myself in that statement. Well, what we do is we help small business owners shift from the role of chief everything officer to chief executive officer by teaching them to understand the critical financial numbers and other aspects of their business that increase their profit and their net worth. So it's instantly clear what he does rather than just business consultant and valuation service. And then what life looks like. As a result, our clients make more money, take profit first, and ultimately sell their businesses for exponentially more than other most small business owners. So it's a reward that people want to have. So it's more interesting because it's framed differently. It's framed with better clarity. And he's speaking to the person in a way that he's going to solve a very specific problem for them. So I have this sheet for you, but I'm going to skip right to this last slide really quick so I can summarize this. And then I'm going to have you guys go work on this for your business. So once you have your one-liner, what do you do with it? The first thing you want to do the exercise and get it honed down and try it out on people. And once you come down to the exact one that you want to memorize and repeat it, and then use it in your marketing collateral as much as possible. Put it on your website, give it to people who are designing and writing your ad copy and doing your social media posts, and then teach it to your team. And I have used this example over and over. It's kind of like a brand. That's why I have a cow in the picture. So when we're talking about brand, if you have team members or family members or other people in your circle that are out there articulating what you do, if you don't have clarity and consistency around that message, it's like taking a brand on a cow. So that, brand is used to identify cattle. So they put the brand on one time and it's very clear it belongs to that ranch. But if you take the branding iron and you turn it, twist it just ever so slightly, and brand it again, it becomes less clear. And then you do it again, it becomes less clear. You do it again, it becomes even less clear. So when you are articulating a message over and over and over again that isn't clear and said in the same way by whoever's saying it, you actually blur the message of what you do in the community. So by going through the exercise and getting extreme clarity around what you do in that framework, it becomes easy to memorize and understand. You can bring your team on board with the whole problem we solve, how we solve it, and what life looks like for the customer. Problem we solve, how we solve it, and what life looks like for the customer. Your team starts articulating it the same way that you articulate it. Your family and friends articulate it the same way that you articulate it. Your referral partners articulate it in the same way you articulate it. Your brand then has instant clarity in the space that you're trying to grow your visibility. So does that make sense? Okay. Well, we are. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh, no, I was just saying it makes lots of sense.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So your homework, you've got two things that I want you to do, and feel free, like I said, to reach out, and I can help you by email, kind of work through some thoughts. The document that I showed you on the screen, it's called Your One-Liner, is in the Facebook group, and it's in the Google Drive. And I want you to walk through that exercise for your business. And then the other thing I want you to do is make an intention between now and the end of the year to every single day go comment positively on another person's post. So get in the habit of you going out proactively instead of pushing your own content. Be interested in other people's content and show that interest by commenting and interacting. Any questions?
Sandy, did you say that you were going to send out the link to the Google Drive, or you've already?
It is in the chat. And I sent an email invite to the Google Drive, but
I'll look for that.
Wait, let me put that in the chat real quick. I don't think the Google Drive link is in the chat. So let me do that while we're on.
Sandy, while you're doing that, you said the first Wednesday of the month in January, that's New Year's Day.
Yes, thank you. So good question. So yeah, we will not meet on New Year's Day. Okay. So we will actually start on the second Friday. That said, you are going to, between now and then, you are going to be receiving so much stuff from me. So you're going to have a weekly email with a challenge of something to do or try in your business. And for the first of the year kickoff, I will be recording a video and sending that out to everyone. And then we will come back together on the second Friday of January as our first meeting. So what I would love to have in place for that meeting is for you guys to be ready and able to share your one-liner. And Jeremy, I'm putting that Google Drive link in the chat right now too.
Thank you.
And as we go, I will put everything in the Google Drive and then also in the Facebook group. When you open the things in the Google Drive, the drive itself is view only for you guys. So you'll be able to open, but then you can make a copy of the document to make it your own and actually utilize it. Okay. Any other questions? All right.
When's
cool.
our next,
well,
when's our next get together? I'm sorry, when again?
It is the second Friday in January because the first Wednesday is New Year's Day.
Then
so that will be
Wednesday moving forward.
Yeah. Okay. So January 10th.
And then the first Wednesday starting February.
Yep.
Okay.
First Wednesday, second Friday. So let's just go real quick and let's just do a quick takeaway.
Okay. We're meeting twice a month?
Twice a month. Yep.
Okay.
First Wednesday, second Friday.
Got it.
All right. Since you're up, Katie, give us your takeaway from today, and then I'll go ahead and toss it to someone else in the room.
my takeaway from today. The one-liner is genius, and we sort of have that, but I don't really use it all the time. So I need to get more in the habit of setting myself up to just have that ready. And my social media director, he does have a plan and he does all of his things, but and he's committed and every day does all kinds of updates and sharing and posting and commenting, but I personally don't. And as co-owner, I probably should, because I think we both need to be engaged. And I have been really out of the public for 4 or 5 years now. So it's probably time for me to get back involved and be out there. So that's the scary part.
Thank you. Toss it to someone, Katie.
Huh?
Toss it to someone.
Toss it to my old friend, Jeremy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
Likewise. Just to further on what Katie was just saying, just improving the level of engagement on social media. I'm in the B group, so I have the ideas. I often don't have the commitment or the confidence to just go do it. So that's a little bit where I'm at, but that's what I would take away is being held accountable to make it happen.
Cool. Thanks. Toss it to someone.
Oh, let's see here. I'll go with Cheryl. We do have Cheryl on the call, right?
She just froze on my screen. Yeah, there she is. She's back. Out. Cheryl, Jeremy, toss it to you. And you're on mute. Let's come back to Cheryl. Are you back?
Yeah, I had to take a call. I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks for answering the phone. I mean, that's that's your job. So.
My takeaway is just I'm fascinated to learn everything, but there's just the repeating of the lines. Even for me, not being the business owner, but people say, well, what do they do? Just having that, that to explain instead of, like you said, running on and on. Well, we do this. So yeah, even for me, that's helpful. So yeah. Plus, anything that I learned from you is just amazing. I mean, I have learned so much in my 3 years that I've been here that I never knew I needed to know.
Okay, toss it.
Who did I miss when I was on the phone? Is Karen gone?
She has not.
Okay, Karen.
All right, thanks. So I've done the one-liner activity, but I'm excited to do it again and really hone in on the social media department because that's kind of what I'm in charge of here at MSW. Just so I can speak more confidently and kind of have something prepared when I'm talking about what we do. And then I'm also excited about the commenting positive on posts daily because it's not something I do. So, yes.
Yeah. Most of us don't. I mean, that's the thing. We're focused on ourselves and our own message, and we want to be interesting, which is fine, but we should also be interested. Right. So, all right. Toss it to someone.
All right. I'm going to toss it to Tim.
All right. Yeah, probably. I mean, I hit social media quite a bit, and even earlier, after some things, it started my own YouTube channel, and like I said, we're trying to progress. But you're right, you get caught up in me and your message, and there are some things that I've seen, and yeah, I haven't commented. I'll like. But I thought that was the one thing that I definitely got out of that I can improve considerably from here on forward. That should help me.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Yep, it will definitely help. You want to toss it?
Oh, yeah. Who do we got here? Let's see.
We've got Liz, Cherie, and Amani.
Amani. There we go.
And Patricia, go ahead and why don't you and Amani both go since we only see Amani's name on the screen.
Hi. Um, my takeaway is the LinkedIn. I gotta be more active on LinkedIn and then to respond because I sometimes I think I don't know this person. I don't want to respond to them. Like so I gotta work on that. So thank you.
Yeah. You don't know the person, but you might need to know the person, right?
Yes, I'm getting my mindset. I gotta shift it.
Okay, my takeaway is twofold. Number one, getting more active on Instagram and LinkedIn. I'm pretty good on Facebook because I have a personal page and then I have another page, right? So I'm pretty good with responding, sending out inspirational quotes and different things like that inside of my groups as well as on the outside with my personal. What I was thinking about while you were talking, Sandy, as a John Maxwell coach, I've been through this and you just reignited pretty much everything because I can master all I want to, but I don't have, I'm not a jack of nothing. I have no trade because I've been working for organizations so long. I think that I've lost who I am, even recreating the newer business. It's like I do substance use, I do mental health, I build communities, I do so I try to get it all in one time, and it's nerve-wracking as a new starting a new LLC because under my ministry part, I can spit that out. But under my LLC, it's kind of difficult as a business versus a nonprofit for me. So I think I really need to focus in on what is this business that I'm building, the workshops as well, and what am I going to do in these workshops? Because I'm not going to do the same thing that I do in the community all the time in the workshops, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you didn't put a big question mark in my brain. And so
Okay.
I got a lot to
Good.
think about.
Good, good, good. All right, want to toss it to someone? We've
I'm
got
going to
Cherie and
talk it
Liz.
to, I'm going to toss it to Cherie. Cherie.
I would say my takeaway is also building the social media. I'm on Facebook. I have an account with LinkedIn, but I've been locked out of it for a while, so I need to go in and revamp it. Instagram too, I haven't used it much. YouTube, I'll be honest, it scares me a little.
Yeah.
I'm open, and I'm open to working on that fear and facing it. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm very thankful and grateful. Thank you, Sandy.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Liz. I think they didn't call on you because your Zoom screen says iPhone 7, doesn't have your name on it. So
Oh, sorry. I don't use this platform very often, so
yeah.
I have to learn all those little buttons and everything. My takeaway, just like Amani and several others, is the social media. I live out in the country. I cannot even get internet at my house. So everything I have to do is go to the office or go to town. So I have that hiccup, for lack of a better word. But I do have a Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, but I can't tell you the last year I was on LinkedIn. Very rarely. YouTube, just because of the lack of internet, we didn't have over 786 for 20 years. So doing anything that resembles a video was a laugh. So I do a lot of still pictures. It's easier.
Yeah. I hear you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And Clarabelle, I don't know if you figured out your audio or not. If you want to jump in, I'll give you a second to. So we still can't hear you. So hopefully we can figure that out for the next session. But so thank you guys. We ran a few minutes over, but I really appreciate you sticking around and sharing your insights. And I will see you after the first of the year, and we will be in touch by email and in the Facebook group. So please be sure to engage and share with me your one-liners. I can't wait to see them.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. All right. Merry Christmas. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.